Well, the conflict in the Middle East has resulted in many drivers paying more for gas at the pumps. There's been another slight rise in British Columbia today, where gas selling on average for $1.72 a litre, the highest in Canada. The price in Ontario jumping over a cent to just over $1.49. Saskatchewan, meantime, has the cheapest price so far today at around $1.45. Joining me now is Carleton University business analyst Ian Lee. Ian, great to have you along.
My pleasure, Matt.
We know the Strait of Hormuz is what's causing a lot of this right now. It has been closed for the last number of days and is the critical point and juncture in this conflict, it feels right now. It's reopening, feels like it will relieve some of the pressure. But, you know, what's your analysis of the situation as it stands right now and where gas prices essentially could be heading?
Right. It shows that notwithstanding the tremendous strides towards transition to alternative energies, you know, wind and solar and so forth, we are only at the very early stages of the so-called energy transition. In plain English, oil and gas are still the dominant supply of energy in the world. This is IEA data, International Energy Agency data. Over 50% of all energy is produced by oil and gas. And 20% of the world's supply of oil flows through that Strait of Hormuz, where at its narrowest point, it's only 21 miles. Matt, I really know it well because I taught 10 times in Iran on an island right in the middle of the Strait of Hormuz, and I could see the oil tankers going by my classroom window. It's that narrow there and that critical. So the question is, how soon will the blockage last? How long will the strait be closed? When they open it up, those prices will come down very, very quickly. But that's really a question of when will the war with Iran end?
Yeah, and it feels impossible to predict right at this point. You know, Ian, there was a conversation in the newsroom not too long ago when oil starts to go up very quickly, the price of gas goes up very quickly, no matter what it feels like. But even when it comes down, even if you say it's going to come down quickly once the conflict ends or once the strait is actually open, it feels like that price of gas seems to take a little bit longer to come down too, doesn't it?
Probably does. I'd have to study the data to see if there is a lag. I wouldn't be shocked if there is a lag. I do want to point out one good news in this, because there is some sort of good news in the bad news. Oil is a world price. We all know that. And of course, that means it feeds through to the price of gasoline for cars and diesel right away. But it is not a world price for natural gas prices. Asia pays a very much higher, as does Europe, a much higher price for natural gas because it's a regional price. We have huge supplies of natural gas in North America, the Henry Hub price, as it's so called. And so natural gas prices are not affected by this, unlike Europe and Asia, where they're seeing natural gas going through the roof in addition to gasoline prices. So that's a little bit of good news in the bad news.
A very good point by you on that one for sure. Carleton University business analyst Ian Lee, always appreciate your time, Ian. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you.